All right, y'all, welcome back to another edition of the Cozy Podcast. It's been a long time coming, but we here back at it again with the owners of Pouch GSO, ISO, and Fred right here, you feel me? So, to start it off, let the people know a little bit about yourselves, you feel me? Where y'all come from and, the whole gist behind Pouch GSO.
Yeah, so my name is Antonio, aka ISO. I'm from Tappahannock, Virginia, 2 up, 2 down. You already know, but basically we started Pouch GSO fall 22. Yeah, I think it was fall 22, that fall semester, around Geo, and then since then, no, fall 21, right? Yeah, it was definitely fall 21.
Geo.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Fall 21 Geo. Since then it's been going up.
Freddie P, man, from Detroit, moved here in North Carolina since middle school, so a little bit of half and half. Psych major, sociology minor.
Oh, shit. Electrical engineering major, minor in project management.
Word, so with y'all, having your own respective majors, tell us about the little balance in life that you guys have between you guys' personal life with your career field and, Pouch GSO, and also with you being a DJ as well.
Yeah, so about that, as a DJ, I say this semester has really been like a breakout semester. Big and booked a lot, booked and busy, big shows. But, I'm just trying to keep a balance. Because, right now, it's like everything is a lot. So I try to take it like step by step, to be honest.
Oh, with me, man, I just love people. That's my psychology major, so I think with selling pouches, I get to be around people, socialize a lot of bit. Also with sociology, I'm socializing, I'm around people, I'm seeing how people react. So, I guess that's all a part of my field too, in a sense. Reading everybody's body language, just bringing a good time.
Word. So you feel like that helps you in the long run with, interacting with people on an everyday basis with Pouch GSO?
Yeah, I feel like just my major in general just helps me react to people just everywhere. It really doesn't matter where. Kind of be able to read stuff, understand people a little bit more, even though it's really hard to understand people. So I think with this, I know how to really show love, be calm, and have it open for anybody trying to be a customer.
Word. So, what are the things that you feel like you had to, do for yourself to be able to get to that standpoint?
Really, I remember somebody always used to say, you don't know how far high can get you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to talk to as many people as possible now.
Okay.
Connect with as many people as possible.
All right. And how is the stuff that, Fred has learned helped you in the long run with, socializing, and even though you're doing something, that requires your focus at all times with DJing, how has, the social aspect helped you get into certain doors and opportunities?
Well, me, before I was a DJ, I was a very, outgoing social person. But, in high school, I was very much an introvert. I spoke to a few people, but it was never like this. I guess college really brought me out of my shell and just brought me to that next level of just networking and, creating more opportunities for myself.
Word. So do you guys think that college overall has, benefited you guys as far as the entrepreneurship routes that you guys have taken as with the DJing and the Pouch GSO business?
For sure.
Definitely. I never really seen all the different things to making a business or being really social in high school. So now that we got to college, it's just, I guess in a sense, it's a whole new world. Especially we're in a different community than we were in high school. So.
Did you guys know what you guys wanted to do coming out of high school, whether it be like wanting to own a business or, pursue engineering or psychology? Or is it something that you guys kind of grew into once you established yourself here at A&T?
I'd say it was kind of preset, but it was very broad. So I guess it kind of helped me create more options for me to choose from.
Word.
It was definitely, I always wanted to be a business owner kind of type of thing. I know ISO really, he was so social. So with the working side, we worked together a few times. The working side and just the social part kind of came together. And we was in the scene that we already like to be in, so.
So, is there anybody in particular that you guys have met here at A&T that, helped shape you guys' business mind with Pouch GSO?
I'd say definitely a few people. Shout out my old roommate Maul,
Yeah,
DP the
definitely.
MC,
College days in general.
college days, beloved. It was definitely a lot of people who helped us take that step and supported us along the way.
All right. And with college days, how has that experience been? You know, being that you guys have probably been there since the beginning and seeing the whole progress and it grow into the brand that it is right now. You know, being, affiliated with that to the degree that you guys are, how has that experience been for you guys?
I'd say because the very first college days party, Bedtime Boys, I don't even know. Fred, were you there?
I wasn't even there.
Fred wasn't even there, but I had came and I had actually had a pink ski mask on, not even knowing like beloved pink ski mask, like the two didn't connect. I just genuinely actually had a pink ski mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I had a fun time at the party. A few months down the road, boom, now we're working together. It was just a big coincidence how it all happened.
Yeah. With college days, they had the exact same, I would say, theme, but like goal as us. It's about the experience. We wasn't trying to really do too much off of profiting, or
Yeah.
we was always about drinking responsibly, bringing the experience no matter where you're going, and really just having fun. That was always the goal, the point of everything that we did.
Mm-hmm.
So those two things being put together, that's just how we connected so perfectly, really.
Word. So you spoke about drinking responsibly, being that, that you guys are exposed to these type of parties and, you have some parties that could get wild, some that are more calm. How do you guys kind of control the, clientele when it comes to you guys' drinks and whatnot?
I'd say a major majority of our drinks are just sold to women in general, because that's the majority of the population at NCAT. So and this is just something I've noticed along the way. As people grow older, they become 21. They'll get a pouch every once in a while, but then they'll start actually drinking like actual liquor. So they'll go to bottles, they'll go to the ABC store.
Yeah.
So it's really about just introducing a safe way to start drinking, but something that's, I guess, not too strong, but also has a great taste to just the younger generation.
Word.
I know with the pouches, you could really just drink one pouch, and be lit. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to have you too much where you stumbling and feel like you dizzy or anything of that nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we always say, drink responsibly. We make sure it's safe, that people know we're not going to spike their drinks. So you always going to have a reliable source of punch.
Word.
And then we deliver a lot too, so it's like
Yeah.
you don't got to do too much going to the ABC store, finding somebody to buy you something.
Is this something that you guys foresee yourself continuing on or passing down after you guys are done with college, or?
I'd say definitely passing down. The last time we did this interview, we had a successor,
We did.
but he moved colleges.
Different
He's
college.
lame. So, we're definitely going to have to find a new, I guess, protege. But I definitely see a few candidates that I'd see passing this down to.
Word. And in other elements of you guys' life, whether it be grad school or you guys doing independent traveling, do you feel like you could take the brand of Pouch GSO and grow it in other areas?
Yeah, I could definitely see it branching off to other HBCUs through the possibility of just like, I guess, close people we know. Because the protege that I talked about, his name is Dre. He moved to Prairie View, Texas A&M, I think it's called. So, could definitely just start a branch out there through him. But
is there any place in particular that you guys want to, go out and experience and kind of network and business-wise, you feel me?
I would say FAMU.
FAMU,
We love
definitely
Miami.
Florida, Miami.
Word. Damn. You.
NSU, VSU.
Are these colleges that you guys consider going to prior to coming to A&T or just,
Yeah, I definitely wanted to go to college in Virginia if I didn't get into A&T, but, main choice.
Word. So with the engineering route, where do you see that taking you in the long run? Electrical engineering.
I'd definitely say it'd take me in a position to start project management, with a company, because I've had a few internships with Duke Energy, Daikin, and I definitely see myself working with those two companies again if given the opportunity. But it all just depends on, I guess, what's available as soon as I, post grad.
And do you think that you'll continue on DJing with that taking over, a bigger portion of your life?
I definitely see myself doing it as like a side hobby, whenever I get some free time, maybe a weekend or two. But I wouldn't see it as like, I guess, the main thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
I like to do multiple things at once.
Sure. So speak about the benefit of you guys having somebody that you guys could truly trust in having a business, because a lot of people have a close relationship with people, but then they try to start a business and the friendship, kind of wavers in the midst of that. So speak about how you guys have been able to have a tight relationship outside of the business and have been able to bring that into the business world and flourish with that.
I mean, we always really we family. So I mean, that's probably the big stepping stone.
We like to tell people like we wouldn't be cool if we weren't family.
It's something that we usually say we wouldn't be, because I mean, in a sense, we wouldn't have came across paths the same way if we wasn't family. So then with that, it's like we're total opposites in a lot of things, but we our minds can connect to each other. So.
And I'd say it really started like genuinely from day one, because fall 20, I think it was, my freshman year at NCAT, Fred hadn't come to NCAT yet, so he was still back home. He was, I think he was over at Wake Tech doing like Amazon on the side. And, I'd be broke. I'd be like, hey, yo, Fred, send me $10, send me $20. But, that's just like, we've been building that from the beginning.
So, how do you guys' family feel about, you guys' relationship? Do they know about the business route that you guys have taken, whether it be the DJing or the drink making or?
I've told my folks about, me DJing, they support it. They actually got me my first gig in Virginia, I think it was. So, definitely very supportive on that end of the side. I don't know about Fred.
I mean, my mom, she know that we do different events. We do different like parties and stuff. The pouch route, not as much. It's not really something that we talk too much about. But,
word.
I mean, really kind of just like where we are in school and what we do. We going out partying and working different parties. Yeah, pretty much our parents know, because we do it so much. It's like they calling you out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm doing this right now. Like, I'm gonna call you back later.
I'm already knowing. So. That family, that close-knit family aspect that you guys have within you guys' lives, is that something that you want to pass down, whether it be through you guys' business or just pass down that type of energy through the people that you meet in life and as you guys go into having your own family as well?
I mean, I think it'll be hard to be as family, pass down to like family like me and Isa, kind of just because it was authentic and it's just, it's just kind of how we've been. But I feel like passing it down to people who just got a good bond. You know what I mean? People who know how to be around each other. Because even a lot of time that me and Isa was selling pouches last year, like, we wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't having it. We was looking out for each other. So, I mean, that's just how it was for us. You feel me? That's just it was a family thing. So, as long as you got a bond, you could look to the person to your right and know that no matter what, y'all going to be straight money-wise. Nobody going to try to hide nothing.
Or,
and it was definitely... It was definitely a lot. There was like some bonds we had to break, such as like bad spending habits.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, it was okay.
It's money.
Move forward 3 months. You're making $800 in one day, and then you're spending $300. It may not seem like a big difference, but it makes a big difference.
It do. So, what's your guys' greatest experience when it comes to selling pouches?
Greatest experience.
For me, I'd say probably like Aggie Fest last year or opening week this year.
I'll say it's just like when you say you're going to be at a location and then you pull up to that location at 6 and there's already, 20 people lined up.
People waiting to cop.
People just waiting to cop,
That was the biggest thing with opening week. I know we would always drop a location. And then like, even if we was on time, it was already a whole lot of people out for opening week. And, I remember one time we just pulled up to the school when all the freshmen moved in. And we just brought the speaker out because, I always like to call them the Speaker Chronicles because we always, since last year, we always brought a speaker out. We just really turned up with whoever was there.
So how did you guys kind of like build the notoriety and build a name for yourself to be able to do that? You know, announce it on Instagram that you guys are gonna be somewhere and people are already lining up.
I'd say it's just a fact of
I think
people.
The biggest thing was ambassadors.
Yeah,
We had some real good ambassadors. We've always had real good ambassadors, but people that would get it out for us too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, while we was doing it, that was probably one of the biggest steps that we had.
Yeah, another thing would be, you know, when you're at a lit party,
Mm-hmm.
you know, one of the things you think is like, who else is at that lit party? And I'd say, you know, back when I used to actually just go out before DJing, I would always be at like the littest parties.
Yeah.
So somebody says, oh, if ISO is going to be there, it's got to be lit, right? And that's just, you know, what people are thinking.
So you kind of built a name for yourself through partying in general before
Yeah.
even diving into DJing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So was that like the type of guy that you were in high school too? Like, you know,
Nah, I was
We was
definitely
inside.
just inside,
On the
bookworm,
game.
on the game.
yeah.
You know, just didn't even go out for real. Like, there'd be a party, I'd be like, oh, I'll
But
be on the
We
game.
was in a real country community, so it was kind of like it wasn't too much black stuff. Not
Yeah.
black stuff, but black people. A community you could be around as much. So it was like everybody kind of stayed to themselves,
Yeah.
or you was just chilling with your people.
So coming to A&T, was it like a, not necessarily culture shock, but was it what you guys were looking for in terms of like having that connection to your own people?
Yeah. It was definitely just, I'd say a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I see that.
Just a complete like 180 flip. Because, you know, we went to high school, Johnston County, you know, everybody's driving big
Predominantly
trucks,
white.
predominantly white. You know, unless you were around sports, you weren't really around that other, you know, a lot of other people like us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just coming here, I'm like, okay, everybody looks like me. You know,
And you kind of see like deeper into the community out here. I feel like.
Or,
I felt like at our high school, all the black people, like it was just in the sense where we all had to be cool. You know, everybody that was black, you kind of knew. Here, it's like so many different hobbies people have and things people like. It's like you just meet so many different people that's black.
and how do you guys feel like A&T kind of, you know, how do you feel about the overall environment here, you know, school-wise, social-wise, and how you guys feel about the whole vibe of A&T?
I love A&T. I love the environment. I love even just the setup of the campus.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the student center. When I hear people don't have a student center at their school, it's kind of like how they all really socialize as much.
Yeah,
you know?
shit.
I feel like this community is just a lot of people that love to be black and love to meet more black people.
Or do you guys feel like there's ever like, because it was easier for you guys to kind of build a fan base to a certain degree, have people, you know, come out and buy you guys drinks every time you guys post something on Instagram. How do you guys feel about the entrepreneurship mindset that is kind of in the air at A&T and how people kind of flourish in their own right? You know, you see the people behind College Stage building the brand, you guys building the brand, and also being able to kind of put egos aside to come together and work together. How do you guys feel about that right there?
I feel like it's all about authenticity because, you know, you can't build a business without trust.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't trust you, you know, how do you expect them to really support your brand? So it's all about building connection and building trust with who you're trying to reach.
Okay.
Basically.
I definitely think, like you said, it's a lot of different connections out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if we did come together more with a lot of other things, just Greensboro in general, like as a city would be really like turned. You know what I mean? I already think that Greensboro is turned with the different collabs that we do have. So, and then Pouch GSO, we're able to collab with anybody. You know what I mean? We already have connections with certain people, but at the end of the day, we just want people to have fun. So it's not hard to add people who just want to add an experience.
All right. So, what would you guys say the best college days party has been for you guys?
Toga Part 1.
Toga Part 1.
Toga Part 1.
I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely a movie.
That was one for the books, and I wasn't DJing, so I was just having fun the whole time. Emphasis on that.
Toga Party. That's the one that they had like the B&B mansion, and then everybody. Yeah.
You know, I can't even speak on what happened there. I just know it was the one.
It was ass everywhere. It was a pool We had the pouches.
Hot tub.
A bunch of beautiful ladies.
So
That was it.
the themes that kind of play a part into like the whole vibe of college days parties, are you guys kind of like a contribution to that, or is it just that you guys just play off of whatever the team over there comes up with?
I'd say it depends on the theme, time, or place, because this upcoming spring, I'm actually a part of a few themes upcoming. You know, I can't really say too much, but I can speak on the one we just did, the Plan B Darty. You know, it was a Darty that literally says, in case this other Darty gets shut down, come here, it won't get shut down. I think that was genius, in my opinion. But maybe that's just because, I think that was a really good idea. You know, we got some very creative people in the circle. You know, a lot of great upcoming artists just ready to work for the Aggie Fest, spring break, and, you know, prom after that, towards the end of the semester. You know, just a lot of things upcoming.
Yeah. And we always do the thing. When we come to a party and we settle, we always do the theme. Me and Isa, we find different ways to put it on, but we always do the theme.
Yeah, I'm always put it on.
We always gonna put it on.
No, that's just dope though, because I feel like it gives people extra reason to want to pop out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Instead of just going to a party just to say they're going to a party.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like it's better when you plan for something. You know what I mean? Like if the heaven or hell, everybody found a costume. We already planned this, so at that point you kind of just like you want to rock out. You want to see how everybody else does it, and it shows everybody's different type of personal fashion.
Word. So do you guys kind of like, when it comes to the party scene, being that you're already a DJ and you guys already sell drinks at certain parties, do you guys just party when you guys are booked to go to a certain event, or do you guys still venture out and just go to a party without selling drinks or without DJing? And,
I'll say nowadays, with how my schedule is working, if I'm not DJing or selling drinks, it's not very likely that I'll pop out.
Word.
To be honest.
So it's just business at the end of the day.
Yeah. I feel like with us though, since I feel we got into it the perfect way though. So we kind of found a way to have fun even though it was business.
Yeah.
Or we always had people around us that just make sure we turned up in our own type of way. Like even with me, I always tell people like when I go to parties, it might not look like I'm having fun, but I like to watch people enjoy themselves. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. I'm never really like too much of a person needed to be in the center. I also had he always be in the center, so I get to watch my cousin too. So
have you guys ever thought about like throwing your own parties? You know, aside from doing stuff with colleges, just having like a pure like between you two and whoever else is part of the team, like trying to throw a party that way and seeing if you guys could start being promoters in that way.
I'd say we ventured out a little bit as like kind of a test run when we had the Pouch GSO 1 year anniversary. We threw an anniversary party. You know, we couldn't get a venue, so we just we found somebody's house to throw it at. It was flooded. I'm not gonna lie, like we could not fit all those people in that house. So there's always the possibility, but it's just a thing of planning, free time. Make sure there's not much else to do. But I'd say if we did that, the first people we would collab with, just to put them on is Top 5 Entertainment. Because, those are a group of, really bright, young-minded individuals. They've been doing pretty good things this semester. I've been DJing for them. So, I'd say they're just a really good group, to be honest.
I know a lot of our come up was off of house parties, too, though. We would always say we got punch. I feel like with people partying, we throw a lot of 2 to 6s, so you can't get too much alcohol after 2. We throw a 2 to 6, bring out a 5-gallon. It was really lit after that. I mean, we threw a lot of house parties. We never really got into the venue parties.
I lost my deposit.
Yeah, but the house parties, man, we was going crazy with, especially at the P-Way.
Man, when I moved out, that John looked like it was trash.
It looked like a frat house.
It did, I swear. Like, the carpet, this was, like, totally unrelated, but, like, our washer and dryer just flooded the floor one day. So, I walk in, the whole carpet is just soaking wet. And I'm just like, damn. So then, the maintenance come in, they dry it. it looked like a brand new carpet just from it being wet.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the area that wasn't wet was just a completely different color. It was ridiculous.
Shit, you guys were throwing them bangers though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was throwing some bangers. I know it really started with 2 to 6 during GSO.
Yeah.
It's a funny story, but I was asleep because at first they was talking about throwing it 2 to 6, and I'm looking like they're not throwing no 2 to 6. So I fall asleep, and then boom, it's like a whole lot of girls. A girl walk in, she step over me. She's like, "Oh, my fault. Is this the bathroom?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm just like kind of confused. I get up, I walk outside. It's like 20 girls out there. And then it's ISO and like another person. I'm like, dang, it's about to get lit. I'm talking about people knocking on the door, the music not even starting yet, everybody just talking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, it's about to be one of them nights.
2 to 6 active for real.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something we also missed out on GO. Cause I ain't gonna lie,
Tired.
I don't remember what I was doing GO, but I just remember being tired every night.
Every day. We was selling all day, man. We would start waking up at like 10, 11 just to start making pouches.
You got some of this past year, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like this Aggie Fest, we'll be in the correct position to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Just be on the lookout for it 2 to 6. Only, lit 2 to 6, to be honest.
Word. Last year, Aggie Fest was dope, though. I
Yeah.
feel like everything kind of, as far as the standard that other people kind of have for it kind of exceeded expectations.
Oh, for sure.
To a certain degree.
I feel like in 2022, that Aggie Fest was litter than Fall 21's GO.
Yeah,
In my opinion, it was definitely way more lit, way more people outside. It was just it set the tone.
Yeah, because it had time for people to, calm down after the pandemic and shit. Because people were still scared around that 21 G-Ho.
Yeah.
But this past G-Ho was kind of smooth, too. You guys were out there during the tailgate and stuff, probably selling pouches, right?
We were right there across from Brown Hall by the Mill Center.
Yeah, it's valid. So is that like some... So, with events like G-Ho and Aggie Fest, is that something that you guys foresee you guys coming back to and doing like every year until you guys find a, successor?
I feel like we're gonna find a successor before we graduate. That's kind of the goal. I always say I don't want to get trapped into a life of like the nightlife in a sense. I feel like it's fun, but I definitely feel like you could find yourself getting money there and not really leaving. And I just know that's not a part of my purpose.
Word.
But I definitely think we come back, especially having a successor to come around them, see how they work everything, how they put their own creativity into things.
So what is your ultimate goal? So I was about to ask, what is your ultimate goal, like beyond Pouch GSO and everything like that? Like, what do you want to do and settle on career-wise?
With me, I want to be a psychiatrist. I'll be a doctor basically, but just helping people, that's really my biggest purpose. I know I always say I wanted to change the world in a sense. I think it's a big statement, but I think it's just a small part I have to do.
Word.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to make an impact, to be honest. Like, I feel like no matter what I do, I'll always be good, as far as like money-wise. But I'd say it's about like more than that. It's about like, meeting people, making like real connections, and just having an impact in people's lives.
Are there any people that you want to kind of like give a special thanks to for helping you guys along your journey?
Yeah, I'll go back to what I said earlier. Shout out to Molly P, DP the MC. Shout out to College Days, Beloved.
Cinco, Sim, Melly. I know they let us sell at a lot of their house parties.
For
real
sure.
early. So.
Oh yeah, definitely shout out to Sam, Mel. Shout out to Crew Love.
Crew.
Shit. Shout out to DJ K Grady, DJ Third. Shout out DJ Dizzy, DJ Dez. DJ Primo, Sean, Obeezy. What's good? Who else? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I'm gonna get hell for it.
Shout out to the Avengers.
Oh yeah, shout out the Avengers. If you know, you know.
If you know,
y'all some real hitters for real.
All of our ambassadors,
Yeah, all the ambassadors.
College days.
Shout out Cream. Shout out Juice Crew.
Winston.
Events that matter.
Yeah, definitely. Winston really rocked with us. Real
I
early too,
definitely
so.
shout out SU. You know,
I feel like they was the first people to be like lined up 10, 15 deep, just waiting on pouches before they even pulled up. So
Shit, how did that feel going to another school, even though, Winston ain't that far, but being able to go to Winston and have support over there and at A&T?
oh nah, it was surreal. Because I was like, once we got Winston, NCAT can't really be too hard. We already, know so many people here.
Yeah. So do you guys, how's the vibe over at Winston compared to, selling at A&T? Is it different? I know both HBCUs.
I'd say it varies depending on the day, but I'll always say this, Winston rides hard. So I'd say Winston goes a lot harder for us than NCAT. Even though you see so much support from us at NCAT, it's just a lot more support in Winston, to be honest. So it's always, special thanks to them. We're always going to rock with y'all the hard way.
Do you think that's because you guys don't go there and it's like an element of like not knowing you to a certain degree? Being that, you know certain people at A&T, so it's like your friends are going to treat you like your friends, of course, but like when people see you on the outside, it's strictly like whatever you show them, whether it be like the business side or whatever is part of your personality. So, and
I feel like, again, earlier when we used to just go out for fun, we would also, pop out to Winston every once in a while. So, people, we're not really known, well, I'm not going to say known, but people don't really know us on like a real personal level out there. And I'd say that is, to me, beneficial because, when people know you, they'll be like, oh, can I get a discount? Can I get half off? But, when somebody doesn't really know you, they're not going to ask for that.
Hell yeah.
And I'll always say, like, if they're really your friends, I'd pay extra, to be honest. I'd pay more than the regular price as opposed to, getting a discount on something.
I think Winston is just so close-knit. I feel like out here in Greensboro, you got like 2, 3, maybe 4 different moves. At Winston, it's kind of like as a school, they like this the move. So I feel like that was also made it easier for us to connect to more students and more people to know us. So when we did pull up on campus, they'd be like, yeah, that was hitting at that day party we went to.
Yeah, so definitely way easier on the marketing side.
That's what's up. So when it comes to marketing, do you guys kind of like follow any particular patterns that you see other businesses do, or is it all just authentic? I
was gonna say it's all random, unplanned.
Kind of just having fun with it.
Yeah.
In a sense, we kind of I'd say we use different trends that we see, but we've always kind of been on our own type of advertising, knowing who to get to and when to do stuff.
Word. So, in the end, like, what is like you guys' end goal for the brand of Pouch GSO? By the time you guys are ready to graduate, what standing do you guys want the brand to be in?
I'd say the sky's the limit because we're actually rebranding. It's Pouch GSO, but I really want it to be Pouch USA. Just, global. Not global, but
I know what you mean. Try to expand your brand.
Yeah, just like expand as far as, the eye can see.
We never really talked about the end goal. We both already talked about, like, by the time we graduated, we kind of wanted to be done with it.
Yeah.
But after that, it was like, we're just going to turn it up while we're here.
And I could definitely see, whenever we do find a successor, definitely see them, elevating the brand.
Word.
If given the right materials, tools, and resources.
Have you guys ever thought about, like, on some grown shit, like being able to get into the liquor business and trying to make liquor different,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Brandy, cognac.
Basically, because I'm not 21 yet, he's not 21 yet. So whenever we actually do turn 21, that's when we plan on legalizing the business. In terms of just that aspect, because right now, being under 21, you can't really apply for licenses. You can't do the things that you really want to do to be able to legally do this.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So, other than that, do you guys have any remarks that you want the people to know about you guys, personal-wise or business-wise? Anything upcoming that you guys want the people to know about? Feel me?
We'll be in Miami.
We'll definitely be in Miami.
So if you needed a pouch out there in Miami, tap in. We'll be out there.
You know, not much. I'm just a fun guy.
Yeah. And we post everything on the page, you know. Like I said, we just have fun with it. So we plan a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff we don't plan. So
Side note, reading is fundamental. Turn on post notifications and story notifications and stay tuned.
Word. Let the people know like where they can follow you guys at and everything.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at antonio.iso.
Freddie P, Instagram, DUHXLUX Deluxe.
Or follow the brand at Pouch GSO.
Man. Tap in for the juice.
Shout out Cozy.
Shout out Cozy, man.
Word. I appreciate you guys, you feel me, coming back around for this interview, doing it again, second time around. Ain't gonna be the last time that we link up, you feel me?
Sure.
We're gonna have a lot more stuff to do in the future, but I wish you guys the best of luck with you guys' endeavors with Pouch GSO and you guys' personal career ventures. So wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully we'll interview again and you guys will be well off in the next phase of your life, you feel me?
Oh,
So,
for sure.
Definitely.
Word. But yeah.
Pouch boys, man. You know how we move.
Word.
Oh, shout out Top 5, man. Can't
Top
forget.
five.
Top five.
Nah, that episode right there was valid.